I was waiting in the dark barn for Tripp, still trembling from his kiss, when the door opened. But it wasn't him. Willie stepped closer, drunk, smiling, and suddenly the empty stable felt too small to escape. Would anyone hear me scream? I walked down the barn and into one of the empty stalls, leaning over the swinging door from the inside. "Well, that didn't take very long," I said in a seductive tone, as I opened up the gate to step out. What I saw caught me by surprise. "Willie, what are you doing here?" A mean smile was plastered on his pale face, as he approached me. "Were you expecting someone else? I saw you come in here, and thought I'd see how you were doing on this fine night. You look ravishing." His hand came up to brush my cheek. I quickly slapped it away. "Well, you can turn around and leave. I'm not interested in your company," I said in a hard voice. "Come on, Kira. I'm not used to women telling me no, especially when I've made myself clear about how attractive I find you." His hand reached for my cheek again. "Willie, you're drunk." I pushed him away and began to walk toward the door. His arm caught me around the waist. "Well, that shouldn't matter too much to you, Kira. You're giving it to that ranch hand." He grabbed my wrist. "Saw you two out on the porch. Whether I'm drunk or not, I'd think you would welcome the improvement." His tone was sickeningly sweet with a cruel edge to it. "Let me go, Willie." My hand whirled around and I struck him across the face. That only seemed to anger him. He still held onto my wrist, and he reached for my other arm. "You little bitch," he said viciously before forcing me against the wall of one of the stalls, pinning my arms against it. His body pressed against me, so I couldn't move. If I had known you were a slut, I wouldn't have bothered with all that polite, gentlemanly crap. You like it rough, don't you? That's why you're spreading yourself for that cat hand. Tell me, how does he give it to you?" I opened my mouth to scream, but Willie brutally covered it with his, forcing his disgusting tongue in. I bit down on his tongue with all the force I could muster, and he howled in pain, jumping back a step before quickly backhanding me with such force that I was thrown to the ground, dazed. I got out one good scream as I felt Willie's hand moving up my leg, under my dress. His other hand quickly covered my mouth. But then the front door to the barn burst open. Willie, who had been hovering over me, stood up with a look of fear in his eyes. I heard an angry roar heading toward us. I winced and tried to collect myself when I heard a fist connecting with a jaw, and subsequently, a body being slammed into one of the stalls. I scrambled to get up and raced over to Tripp, grasping his arm, and wincing at the sight of what his fist had done. "Don't kill him, you'll go to jail." "I'm okay, he didn't do anything. Please." It was the sound of me breaking that brought Tripp out of his unsighted rage. I choked back a sob and immediately, Tripp's arms were around me, cradling my face to his chest. "Shhh," he whispered as he stroked my hair. Then he pulled my head back gently, and looked down at my face. "Are you all right?" I blinked and nodded my head. "God damn it," Tripp whispered as he gently tilted my head up and saw my swelling cheek. For a second he turned back toward Willie with a murderous gaze, but as my hand tightened on his arm, he once again faced me, and hugged my body to him before lifting me up in his arms, and carrying me out of the barn. He didn't walk far before we reached a small wooden building. Tripp sat me down in a chair, and went to one of the drawers to grab a cloth napkin, then filled it with ice and held it up to my cheek. "Hold this here, I have to go for a few minutes, but I'll be right back." Minutes later my mother and father rushed over to me, immediately bombarding me with, "What happened?" and, "Are you okay?" I sighed as I answered them, trying to convey that I was all right. "Mom, it's not your fault. There was no way you could have known, and it was my choice too. Really, I'm okay." Tripp came back and told us that Willie would have to go to the hospital before he could be taken into custody because of the broken nose, and various other injuries that Tripp had dealt him. The police were on their way at that moment, and would need to talk to me that night to make a report. A half hour later, both of us stood outside next to 2 squad cars, and talked to some officers. "Just tell us exactly what he said, as much as you can recall. His words can make all the difference for an attempted rape charge," one officer told me. I went through my part of the story, recounting what I could remember of Willie's actions. I felt Tripp's hands tighten in rage behind me. "Sheet," I heard him breathe before he turned around. After it was over, Tripp started to speak. Kira, I'm so sorry that you had to go through this. I didn't want to go back to the cabin. I wanted to tell him everything I was feeling. Tripp, wait, I wanted to talk to you tonight. Kira, with everything that has happened tonight, I'm not sure this is the best time. Just then Luke rushed over to us with a furious look in his eyes. He didn't even acknowledge me as I stood there. Instead, he went right for Tripp, not even bothering to stop before he slugged him across the cheek. Luke! I screamed out as I ran to stop him from throwing another punch. Tripp, who had been taken aback, was ready now and easily deflected the swinging fist. You bastard, my brother yelled. How dare you do this to her? He tossed me off before moving in on Tripp again. Tripp was preventing Luke's attacks but didn't do anything to hit back. I'm not going to fight you, Tripp said harshly. Luke, please. I cried. He saved me tonight, he's the reason why I'm all right. No, Kira. If it weren't for him, none of this would have happened. What does Tripp have to do with Willie wanting me? You wouldn't have gone to that barn, you don't know that. There would have been another way. Look at you. Defending him like some brainwashed little girl. What do you think is going to happen? What is going to come of this? This is none of your business, Luke. It's my business when some redneck treats my sister like a slut that he can just use and toss aside. Luke, you have no idea what you're talking about. This was just as much my doing as it was his. You think I didn't have a say in this? You think I didn't choose this? You're 19, you don't know what you want. Yes, I am 19, and I'm not a child anymore. I don't need you to tell me what I should be doing with my life. He's using you, Kira. He turned now back to Tripp. You low-life piece of shit. Tripp saw the punch coming, but did nothing to stop it this time. He barreled over as Luke took him in the gut. I cried out and hurled myself at Luke, who shrugged me off and stepped back, giving me one last hard look and shaking his head before turning around and walking away. I ran over to Tripp and tried to embrace him. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, I whispered. Don't be, Kira. His voice was tortured. What are you thinking? I don't know. Yes, you do, tell me. I said harshly. I feel terrible. I feel terrible for doing this to you. Don't, Tripp. You saved me tonight. It wasn't your fault. Yes, it's all my fault. Not just tonight, everything. I froze. You feel terrible. Why? You feel terrible for making me fall in love with you. His face shot up. No, Kira, you can't. You're leaving. Yes, I'm leaving. Tripp, I'm leaving in a couple of days. So what are we going to do? There's always next summer, he said softly. Next summer. I see what this is. Sure, we'll wait until next summer. Why don't you just say it? That you don't want me anymore. That you're done. That my brother was right. It doesn't matter if I want you or not. It doesn't matter how I feel. You tell me how it's supposed to work. Tell me that, Kira. You're in college, you have school to finish up. And I have to be here on this ranch. Sheet, we've known each other for 2 weeks. That's all it's been. 2 weeks. We can't base a commitment on that. Well, this must be really convenient for you, Tripp, me leaving and all. You don't have to do anything, the situation fixes itself, doesn't it? I bet you fuck every piece of ass that comes through this ranch. How many women across the country are pining in their beds at night for Tripp Carson? Don't feel terrible, Tripp. I don't love you. How could I love you? I hate you, and I hate you more than I've ever hated anything. I turned and ran.